Hey, and welcome to Lean Body Burning Questions, a new segment that I'm adding to my content where I am going to be answering your lean body burning questions each and every single week. So I get so many of the same questions coming in on the same topics, and you guys are having the same challenges. So I thought, why not tackle one question a week, your questions, where I basically clear away the BS, remove the nonsense, and give you guys clarity and the answers that you are looking for that are going to help you get to those lean body goals. So if you have a burning question, please send it on my way, send it in a DM, send me an email, let me know what your burning questions are, and perhaps your question will be answered next here on Lean Body Burning Questions. Now, what I'm also going to be doing with these lean body burning questions is I really like to make everything that I teach practical. So I will try my best for every single question to give a little template, cheat sheet, download, something that is going to help you implement what I am teaching here and the questions that I'm answering. So don't forget to always check the description of the video, and perhaps there'll be a link there for you to download something that is going to help to implement this in your life. So let's get into our burning question for today. Burning question of today is, how do I know if I have gained fat or if I have gained muscle or if it's just a fluctuation? This is a question I get all the time. Oh my gosh, it's actually not even a question. It's more like a panic station. It's like, Ange, I've been doing everything right. I've been, eating so well, and I stepped on the scale today and boom, I gained a kilo. What the hell? What on earth's going on? Help me. How did I gain fat overnight? Boo-hoo. So sad. Okay, this used to happen to me too. I won't lie. Not too long ago, a couple years back, I also used to hop on the scale, and then I would start thinking about everything that I ate the day before and being like, OMG, like I'm sure sugar is so bad. That's why I gained a kilo, because I ate those 4 Mentos in the car, and now, that's why I definitely gained a kilo. So I'm never having Mentos again. And then you start intricately looking at everything you've eaten and trying to pinpoint what made you gain weight or in our minds, we think we gained fat, when 95% of the time, if you gained weight overnight, actually 99.999% of the time, it is totally 100% a fluctuation. So here are the things that are going to help you decide, help tell if you have gained weight, or if you have gained fat, if you have gained muscle, or if it's just a fluctuation. So the first thing you need to ask yourself is, what is the time frame? Okay? If the time frame is just 1 or 2 days where your weight has just shot up, it's a fluctuation. I'm going to say it again. It's a fluctuation. You do not gain fat overnight. Even if you did overeat just a little bit, remember that it takes 3,500 calories to gain over and above your maintenance calories. That is a hell of a lot of food to actually gain even half a kilo of actual fat. And trust me, 500 calories is a pretty impressive amount to eat. It's not the 4 Mentos that are going to do it. And fluctuations can be caused by a myriad of things. First thing, sometimes it's just your hormones. Depending on where you are in that time of the month, I can gain 1 to 2 kilos just from, depending on where I am in my cycle, for no reason whatsoever. The second thing is salt intake. If you eat a really super salty meal, you have some sushi with some soy sauce, your weight can shoot up literally a kilo overnight because the salt holds on to more water. Also, your hydration levels. So depending on how much water you have or haven't been drinking, that can also cause that. Digestion. If your digestion isn't working 100%, or perhaps you've just eaten a lot of high fiber foods and that hasn't yet moved out of your body, of course you are going to be weighing more. Where is that food going to go? It's not because broccoli makes you fat. It's 100% a fluctuation. And then another thing, and this is a big one that a lot of people complain about. They're like, oh my gosh, I've just started exercising and I've just gained so much weight. When you just start exercising and your body is not used to it, it goes into a sort of mode where it's repairing itself. So all of your muscles do feel a lot fuller and often hold on to more water, which gives you that fuller fluffier feeling where you feel like, oh my goodness, I've just gained weight from starting to exercise, don't worry, absolutely normal. Just give it a week or two to get used to the exercise, and for your body and your muscles to get used to like sort of the trauma that you've caused to them, which is a good thing, by the way. And you will be just fine. So as I said, a myriad of reasons, and sometimes you just step on the scale and hey, there's no reason whatsoever and the scale is up. So if it is a short time period, probably it is not fat gain, but it is just a fluctuation. Then, okay, so let's say you've now, position number 2, you are slowly but surely gaining weight over time. Got to drink coffee. Now, how does one tell if it is weight gain or if it is fat gain? So there are a few factors that you want to look at, but the first and most important factor is, have you been in a calorie deficit? So that means you're eating less calories than you are burning, and that means that it is impossible to gain fat in a calorie deficit. Impossible, it doesn't matter who you are, nothing else matters. If you are in a calorie deficit and you're accurately tracking your calories, you cannot gain fat. It's simple and it's science. That's it. Okay. Then the second thing that you want to look at is obviously if you have been doing heavy weight training. So if you have been really pushing yourself at the gym, if you have been like mindfully trying to build muscle and really push yourself and really and that does not mean 100 jump squats. It is doing heavy weight training where you are intentionally building muscle. That will also help you determine, is it fat or is it muscle? Because at the end of the day, if you are not training like that at the gym, there's also very, very little chance that you've been building muscle. So a lot of the time we actually have to be honest with ourselves. And sometimes we think, oh, I've been doing a few push-ups here and there and thinking, oh, we've just put on like 3 kilos of muscle. If you are doing everything right, if you are eating enough protein and you're pushing it hard in the gym, as a female, you can probably gain 3 to 4 kilos in a year, okay, of muscle. And then lastly, which is also a really important one, how do you feel? So this will determine whether you have gained fat or muscle. So if you feel like you are looking smaller and harder and leaner, you most probably have gained muscle, which is woohoo, celebrations, very exciting. And if you're feeling like you are just looking bigger and softer, you probably have gained fat. So I know we all have this thing about the scale, and we've seen enough posts for the rest of our days to say that, the scale doesn't matter, the weight on the scale doesn't matter, but we still sometimes can't get over that mental hurdle. I mean, I think that the scale can still be used as a tool to measure progress, but if you are feeling fantastic, if you are feeling leaner and, you're looking harder, then there is a point where you have to realize that, sometimes if your weight is maintaining or you have put on a little bit of weight, that we should be celebrating that. And it's not just about those numbers dropping, because at the end of the day, the scale really doesn't mean much. What really matters is how we look and how we feel. So just wrapping up on this burning question, the 2 things that you need to ask yourself is, number 1, what is the time frame that you've actually gained this weight? If it has been short term, so a couple of days, and all of a sudden your weight has spiked, 100% it is a weight fluctuation. And then the second factor that you need to look at is if it has been over a long period of time. Firstly, have you been in a calorie deficit? That is the number 1 factor that is going to determine whether it is fat gain or whether it is muscle gain. So that's it for the first lean body burning question. I hope that gave you some clarity on the difference between fat gain, muscle gain, and weight fluctuations. And again, if you have any burning questions, send them my way. I may be answering your question in my next lean body burning questions segment. And as I mentioned, I actually have created a really cool download for you, which is going to teach you the ultimate fat loss formula. It's totally free. You can click on the link in this video, and I'm going to start teaching you what really counts for fat loss. So click the link, get your free download, and I will see you here on the next burning question. Don't forget to send yours in so we can get them answered. Much love. Burning questions, so that I will actually do a 1 muscle, or whether it's just a fat fluctuation,